journos. Just spin round so you can see where I am, obviously, as ever. Just after watching that, Newcastle United's 3-1 win against Southampton. Wait to see how many other people join there. See, there's 32 you guys on here. I'll just get the comment chat filter correct, so I see everything that you guys say as well. Might go for a little bit of a wander. I don't want to go too close to the pitch. I can hear in the distance the lawnmower's firing up, so I'm not go too close, but we'll go a little bit of a wander. Jump in the comments. Let us know what you guys thought of that. Are Newcastle United back, or they're not, or they're somewhere in between, or they're just playing against a poor side. Let us know your thoughts before I'll let you know mine. Right, before I go into the comments as well, I'll have a little bit of three thoughts about what I think about it. I'll just spin around where you can see the players. A few of the subs there going through the paces. It's Asula, Miley, Mickey. We got serenaded, by the way, fans. But what I would say about that was, what an away end it was. That was one of the best away ends I've heard in a long time. Credit to anybody who's watching this who was in there. Just at the bottom here, in that section there behind us, cracking away end of day. Renditions of a lot of songs of old, songs new. That was really good, really loud. Come a long way and shouted the lads on. It was brilliant. Anyway, I think it's a long way to say Newcastle at their back. That's not really a negative stance. I think in flashes there was moments there. I thought Alexander Isak was just on fire. Really fancied it. Anthony Gordon really fancied it in that first half. Created chances, probably could have had more goals. What about that the second goal, the touch? Just a Sven Botman. You'll see his paces here, you get to see him coming at the shot. Sven Botman going through his pace, spoken on the bench, and the other lads as well. Miggy Almirón in there on his farewell appearance. What it seems is his farewell appearance. There was seemingly some news kicking around yesterday, but there was nothing really new to what I read. We've known for some time that he's likely to be away. So it'll be interesting to see what Eddie Howe gets to say in his press conference, where Jordan Cronin and Dominic Skir are now. Anyway, yeah, what about that second goal? Honestly, Jacob Murphy could find Alexander Isak in a maze. Beautiful through ball, right onto his feet, amazing touch at speed, running at speed, the ball played at speed, and just slotted it home. It was absolutely brilliant. Cool and calm penalty. Thought he was brilliant in that first half, he really was. The second half, Tonali really came into his own. I thought Tonali was probably, it's hard not to give it Isak after his 2 goals and numerous chances, but I thought Tonali was possibly my man of the match today. I thought it was a standout performance. Control things, lovely goal, lovely run, lovely finish. There was a direct beauty about that third goal. It was a ball up, Isak sort of shoulder control into Gordon, first time pass through the defence, and Tonali sprinting on, giving the keeper the eyes and hitting it at the near post, the short end as he was running through. Very, very good. And I think for me, he probably takes my man of the match. Let us know what you guys think was your man of the match today. He probably pips Isak for me. Kind of just become accustomed to Isak scoring goals like he does, like he did today. So maybe he's a little bit harsh on him, but that would be my opinion. I didn't think Newcastle were back. I thought they were far from their fluent best in many ways, because I thought that second half got really, really sloppy. Fabian Schär got away with one with an error that the lad who scored with it was just offside, given by VAR. But I thought that kind of epitomised that last 20 minutes, half an hour, that Newcastle just got really sloppy and complacent, I would say, in this game. But it didn't matter, because ultimately on a day like this, quality stands out, and 4 or 5 players in Newcastle's team are light years ahead of anything that's in the Southampton squad. So it told, those bits of quality made a real difference. That was my thoughts on the game. 128 you guys on here, 21 likes. I see somebody's already put some money in the pot as well, so thank you very much. I'm sure I'll come to that in the comments. I'm going to have a little look to see what you guys think, but do let us know who your man of the match was today, and let us know your thoughts on what you think went well, what you didn't, overall the context of the game, and where you think Newcastle United are. heading into what really feels like potentially a crucial month or two in the team's season. Up to 4th as well, I think that must be noted, even if just for now. SKS010 first comment in today. Back in my lucky spot for holiday. Great way, no, it's good to hear, and it's good to hear that worked for you again if it was your lucky spot. Mr. Sapagav, late again. Me? Late? Never. L. Stapleton, very good evening. One and all. Ian Dunbar, bounce back, couple of quality goals. But Eddie, please stop running these guys into the ground. 3-1 up, comfortable. Make us subs earlier. Miley should have been on 10 minutes before he did. Ian, all I would say on that one, I think there would have been an intention to do that, but it was a case of getting the 4th. The game, it descended into something quite sloppy for Newcastle, and I don't ever think they were absolutely in control enough to make really big changes earlier than what he did. So I'm kind of in the how camp here. I think he made the changes when he could. I think making them earlier would have been problematic. It could have potentially been problematic. So I'm kind of with him on this one. James Rowell, credit to Southampton, had some good chances when we switched off. Penalty masterclass from Isak, clinical one-on-one finish with the keeper for goal 2. Great to see Tonali show us how it's done. It was brilliant. On the first bit, when you say credit to Southampton, you can tell they're going to go. Obviously, their potential to be the worst team the Premier League's ever seen. Footballing wise, they're definitely not the worst team the Premier League's ever seen. They try to do the right stuff, try to play the right way, but in terms of what they've got, it's the quality that they massively lack. The big boy up front wasn't a disaster. Seen the size of him and thought, he's going to be a big lump. He wasn't a disaster. And there was a few others in that team where they're tidy players, move it well, but defensively they were shambles. Nowhere near good enough. And you give people that much time and space, the quality of Alexander Isak, Anthony Gordon and others, they're going to really punish it. And they were lucky not to get a bit of a hiding given the chances Newcastle United created. Weren't clinical today. But again, saying that, I'm not going to lay too much praise on Newcastle because it was a good win. It was get back to winning ways and move in the right direction. But it wasn't vintage. I don't ever feel like they had absolute control of this game, which at other times in the season when they played these games, they have had absolute control of games. It wasn't that today. But that's all right. They won, and that's all that matters. James Ferguson, great win today. Thought Sandro was on form again. I agree. Dan Burn is class. Isak ice cold. If we can create more, I think 25 goals is on the cards for Isak. He's got 19 already. I think, unless you're talking about Premier League, I think Alexander Isak will be looking at 30. I think he'll want 30 goals for the season. Given that Newcastle have got quite a lot of games left potentially as well. If they go deeper in the FA Cup, at least one more Carabao Cup game, potentially 2 if things go in their favour and go the way we hope they do. So I think he'll be looking at 30 goals now, Mike 25. Mike Fraser back in Sydney at 4 AM and another well-controlled win. Mike, I didn't think it was as well-controlled as it could have been, but I'm glad it was a win. And thanks for showing your support from Sydney. I hope it's nice where you are. Simon Rudd, a good win for the lads. Isak clinical again. It's like I had marbles in me gob there. A good win for the lads. Isak clinical again. Shame he didn't get his hat-trick. And Tonali, another class display at the heart of our midfield. Great 3 points. We move on to the next one. Tim Wood. All right, Bonnie lad. Not so bonny these days. We're back. Do you think we're back? I'm not sure we're back. But I'm glad, there's nothing wrong with a win and a bit of confidence. Does the world a good. Paul Chollerton, he honestly, I've got marbles in me gob the day. That will do us today, Liam. We're back. I like it. Craig, 3 points, all that matters. Correct. Graham Doherty, Sandro is a machine. He's a well-oiled machine. And he's a really silky machine. Can he get a silky machine? That's what he is to me. Aidan Brophy, good result. That's it. Alex, I think the lack of depth will kill us. Look, it might. The lack of depth might cause Newcastle United problems as they go deeper into this season. But they're not going to be able to do anything really about it now. It is what it is. And there's not really much that can be done. Phil Cross, Tonali was class. 3 goals came from him. Quick forward passes and interceptions. Commentator kept saying it wasn't a penalty. It was 100% a penalty, no doubt. Who was the commentator? Oh, look, I can see why they had to have a really good look at it, because when he sort of jabs down on the ball, you're not sure, does he somehow get a nick on it? Does he get a little... You watch the trajectory of the ball and the spin of the ball, nothing changes. He does not get anywhere near the ball. It is a penalty. It's as clear a day as a penalty, as you will see. Craig, who was my man of the match? Sandro Tonali, as I said earlier, was my man of the match. But Alexander Isak's got a fair shout for it too. Dale the Dolphin, better team, won with a professional stride. Exactly what we've been wanting. Paul Gribben, Not great again, but 3 points is all that matters. It really is. Steve, earlier in the season, we struggled against poor teams. That's a good point. Good result is a good result. We can't take results for granted. Correct. Good shout. Dean Mann, that was the donation. Thanks so much for the $1.99 donation, mate. Thank you so much. Isak is special. Away end was classic. I agree. I thought that away end was really entertaining. It was over there. It's usually over there for anybody who normally comes, and it's been moved, and it was there behind my head in that corner. And honestly, they went through the full songbook today, songbooks of old, and it was just really good. There was a real positive atmosphere. You could tell from the minute that everybody got in there and the players came out. It was loud. They were singing early before the players even came, and they did the team proud today. I thought the fans deserve that result today. Conor Hooley, really good day. No massive surprises. I did think Joe Linton was pretty poor. I'd be interested to know what your thoughts on him today. I did say that actually. I said Joe Linton wasn't really at the races in my opinion. But look, like I've said, I don't mind some of the lads having the odd off day on days where others step up the plate. It wasn't a day when Newcastle United had to be on it 1000%. They could, as I think they did, I think cruised to a large extent in the game and still won it really comfortably. They won't always have that, and they're going to have to step up, I think, from now on in. Particularly next week, I think Fulham's a tough game. And then Arsenal is largely what the season hinges on. Birmingham after that as well. It's going into a massive couple of weeks. Where are we at? Dominic SWE. Solid away win, no doubt. It's a long way to travel, but the job got done. While there were some errors from Bruno and Shea, it's a long season, and these things happen. We move on. John Ramsey, great to get back to winning ways. As Miles Lewis Skelly banned for the second leg. Sitting here at St Mary's, I've got no idea. Was he sent off for violent conduct? It didn't look like violent conduct to me. It didn't even look like a red card, in my opinion. I think that's really harsh. But if it does go down in the referee Michael Oliver's notebook as violent conduct, that would be 3 games he would miss it. I don't think that'll be the case, but I don't know. I'm not sitting here with the FA rulebook, so unfortunately sitting here on these lives, they're so reactionary, they're so quick after games. I can't give a definitive answer to that standing here at this ground. Blip 2012 space station here. Always good to hear from the space station. Now that's more like it. Miggy Swan song, yes, I think so. I think that was it. He was very reluctant to go to the front as Newcastle United fans sung the Miggy Almirón song, but Eddie Howe grabbed a hold of him and pushed him right to the front. And if you needed any sign that the future direction of travel is where he's going, is that the fact when the manager grabs a player, drags him to the front and presents him to the away fans that were singing his name, that's as clear an indicator, if you needed one, that the player is on his way. Graham Towler back on track after last week. Tony, hello Liam, hello mate. Good win. Tonali, Isak star man. We were awful at times, still miles off our best. We need to perform for a full 90 minutes. That's fair. Bolton Mag, Tonali again, fair shout. Dan Man, Tonali was great again today. He's got some Tonali love in there. There always is, but he was a class act today, I thought. James Rowell, some impressive saves from Dubravka today. Yep, he messed one up and then made a really smart save from Harwood Bellis. But he was good. Dubravka is good. He's been good. He continues to be good. Cool to be kind. Shot is finished. Right centre back needed. I don't think that's the case. We don't know he's finished. He's just having a bit of a. It's fair to say he's not having the best of seasons. I don't think he's necessarily finished. That's a big statement to make. Chris Phillips showed up again. Quality in places. Lacked once again. Keep going, lads. Sean still need a first-class goalkeeper. The current ones are only average at best. Save the Rhino. How did Bruno play? Have a bad rating on sites. He wasn't at his best today. I don't think he was anywhere near as good with the ball as what he can be and has been. What he did do was stay involved. He was involved in everything, as he always is. He never shirks, never goes hiding. He wasn't very happy being taken off. Second game in a row he's been taken off, but he didn't show any dissent or anything. He literally just walked off the pitch, and you can see he was a very disappointed boy as he was taken off for the second game in a row. But look, there's nothing wrong with that. Apple's that bad performance was more than enough, but would worry me against the Forest or City. Craig, Sandro, my man of the match. Isak looked hungry for the hat, he did, and I thought he was a little. He was disappointed again that he was being brought up, but Eddie Howe made, for me, I know somebody criticised it earlier, the right changes at the right time for the bigger picture, which is what really matters. Barry Cope, alright Liam, that Tonali goal was insane. It was just, like I said, there was a brutal beauty about it, the fact that it was so direct, one touch, but it was just lovely. It was a beautiful goal, and I thought the same too about the Murphy ball, how Murphy skips away in the middle of the park. The Isak goal. Murphy pings a ball, like lovely, sort of opens his body up with the inside of his instep, just belts it right into Isak, who has to, on the move, take perfectly weighted touch and finish. It was just beautiful. I loved it anyway. Definitely got some strange noises from me up there in the press box today. Bruno didn't look happy when he was off. Liam thoughts. I've kind of addressed that. I thought he was disappointed of being taken off. It's the second game in a row he's not used to being taken off. But I think Eddie Howe got it right for the bigger picture. That's my opinion. Blip 212. Look up and wave. Toon telescope in full operation. Hello. We were a bit sloppy second half, but today it's all about the end result. Exactly. Ali B 1 evening mate. David Forster, Bruno with concrete boots on. Big Joe, another poor game. Golden looks shattered. A win is a win. Anthony Stafford, NUFC 101, sloppy share, watching the ball fly over his head. Took off Isak, no Sula again. Miggy on, God knows why. Well, we do know why. Ali B1, Eddie frustrates me with his subs too late. I don't know why Bruno not Joe Linton. Ali B1, Tonali man of the match. Isak class. John Justice Allen, good to see you in the comments, mate. Tonali adds a different dimension. Top player really does. Andy Ford, shout out Murphy. He's now got the 4th highest assists in the Premier League this season with 8. Who needs a new right winger? Well, Newcastle do, but I'm really pleased for Jacob Murphy too. Mark Patterson, hello mate, you're alright. Liam, Fabian Schär needs benched or ideally upgraded ASAP in the transfer market. Every game now there's an error in him. I'm livid. He nearly put us in trouble today for the last 10 minutes. He did. That's absolutely fair. Somebody earlier on was saying he's definitely finished. I don't think he's definitely finished. I don't think he's had a very good season either. And it's fair to say that those errors, I've always thought errors are creeping in more and more. I've always thought with Schär, the errors crept in when everything else went wrong around him, that he almost lost the plot mentally, and he became really sloppy. But things are largely functioning around him, the mistakes are coming, so be interesting. If he keeps it up, that's the top of it. He needs replaced. And Jacob Murphy, as we said before, it's not that these players necessarily need replaced, they just Newcastle need to be levelling up in all positions, and Schär is one that they probably need to start levelling up in, and Murphy is one they'll be levelling up in, and that is not lost on the ownership. They know exactly what they're doing in that respect, and Eddie Howe knows exactly what he wants. Paul Mitchell know the areas that they want. Eddie Howe said that on Friday in the press conference, and I think it'll come. It's just not going to come this window. I think that's fair to say, unless there's a ridiculous opportunity presents itself. Newcastle United, I'm told, are going short-term pain for long-term gain. They want to make sure that they're in a stronger position later on, because if they try to go now and they went now with a player, it's going to put them in a June 30 position like they had last year, and I do think that's scarred. I think what they had to do last summer, largely because of the approach of the people who were running the football club, in charge of football decisions, who very much as I love them, probably it's a bit like the way I've described it. It's a bit like when you get your wages. You get your wages on the last day of the month, or whenever you get paid, first day of the month, whatever, last week of the month. You get your wages in, and you live like a king. Takeaways every night, pints with the lads, get yourself out. Go on, I'll have one of them. Aye, course, give us one of them. Get yourself some new gear, and then 2 weeks in, you're 2 weeks out from your next pay packet, and it's gone, and you live like a pauper. They've almost had to do that because the PSR headroom was spent in those first 2 weeks when they lived like kings, and now they're having to claw that back, and they're having to sort of build a much more sustainable model for a club like Newcastle United, whose revenues are not at the very top level. They can't go spending like a very top level football club. They have to be more restrained, and that is the new approach, that they will be more restrained. I think the days of a 50-odd million pound Sandro Tonali ready-made, 63 million Alexander Isak ready-made, I think those days are long gone. Right, I'm going back in the comments because I'm waffling. I've got to get back to work today, so we're not going to go too late. Do hang on, do stay on till the end. I hope you guys do. 62 likes, I see there are 268 views on here. Do give it a like if you don't mind. Save the Rhino, joining from South Africa. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for joining. Let's go, Toon. Lily Nolan, is that 10 wins? 10 wins? 10 and 11. 10 wins in 11. Mark Patterson again, love the channel. Keep up the good work. Cheers for your support, mate. Long time friend, Mark Patterson, and friend of Geordie Journos too. Awesome, man. Hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you? But Barry Hogan, good game, Liam. Back to winning ways. Could have been a lot better. Murphy for England. I like your positivity. Oscar was here. Miley is filling out, getting strong. Keep him. Such a good player. Mark Hunter. Happy Badger from Houston, Texas. Yeah. Awesome, man. Newcastle. I'm from Newcastle. You from Newcastle? Caseball UK. Tonali is the main man. Massive mistake to not strengthen. It could cost us millions if we don't finish in the top 4. It could also cost the million if they go and sign a player. Millions and potentially points. They know all the numbers. They made mistakes. They've made mistakes by not selling players at the right time when PSR problems are looming, and they are scarred by that. And I think they're making the right decisions. However much we don't like it, and I'm not sitting here saying that squad doesn't need strengthening, it bloody does. But they're making the right decisions for the medium to long-term future of the football club as a whole. They're not making it for now, and that's unfortunately what we're going to have to weigh up as fans. Do we trust them to make the right decisions? I think I do at this moment in time. Andy Ford, Stevie Wonder could see we're lacking desperately lacking pace in the back. Exactly, and they were going to address it. They were effectively going to spend the overdraft on Mark Gay and hope to come back in January and June. So if we'd signed Mark Gay last summer, who I know a lot of people talk about, oh, he was overpriced, he probably was, but they've seen a player and they were never into the numbers that everybody suggests, or some have suggested. But he was the type of profile at footballer with his really quick recovery pace, good on the ball, that would have come in and played where Fabian Schär plays, and added a real dynamic to this team. I'm certain of it. And they were going to spend the overdraft in making that deal happen, but they would have been scrabbling around this month. Let's make no mistake about it, to get rid of players, and there would have been a lot more panic around the place going into June, which I think they've decided now just is not going to be the dynamic of the football club heading into a summer, which could be massive. Dan Mann, can't wait until Saturday, have a ticket for Fulham, travelling from Gloucester. Safe travels, mate, and I hope it's a good game for you. Jinky commentator was effing a Koku, absolute melt. Barry Hogan, Liam, do you think we will sign anyone before the window shuts? I think Newcastle United will sign players, but I think they'll probably be of a youth profile. I would be surprised at this moment in time if they sign anybody who is a first team player. But you can never say never. I think things can change very quickly in football. Opportunities can present themselves. That thinking that I've just went for the last 10 minutes explaining could easily change if, like they did in the summer, Mark Gay became available. Like, I'm not saying it'll be Gay, but a player of that profile and what they want, then they might roll the dice like they did Anthony Gordon the year before. But at this moment in time, I'd be very surprised if they do. WW99, you never walk alone on top and no oil money needed. I'm not really bothered. Keith Patterson, hello mate, thanks for getting in the comments. Awesome result, my mate. Isak is lethal. And Tonali, totally awesome. I thought they were the best too as well, mate. I hope you enjoyed it. Osimhen's full of the comments today. Good, thanks, mate. Isak, bro, Newcastle. Isak is the boy. Alia Namira, Ronaldo versus Messi. Not in this game. There was no Ronaldo or Messi in a red and white shirt today. I'd more say, let's get Isak in that mix. What a boy he is. Ruslan. Just GSG. Hello to you, Chris Perry. Tell me why. What? Get out of the comments, you knacker. Arit Sirke, you're saying hello to Keith Patterson. I love that. What a guy. Case ball, £2. Sandro, ole. I love that, mate. Thanks so much. Where we are, it's Ruslan again. Barcelona, Real Madrid. I have no idea, and I don't really care. Unfortunately, I wish I could care enough to give you a proper answer, but I don't. Chris Skur, good to see the comments again, mate. They were poor in defence. We should have scored more. That's fair. A win's a win. This was a banana skin for the tune. It was, and they got through it, and that's all that matters. Barry Hogan, you're all saying hello to Sir Keith, as you call him. Rod Cole, the Tonali goal got me off my seat and clapping at the telly. I thought it was brilliant. Ricardo Vos, hi Liam, my pal Darren had a dream. We're signing a right winger this window, and I cannot say, but blink twice if he's right. No, that wasn't meant to be 2 blinks, but it was me trying not to blink twice. Nah, I'm not doing it. It's not. I just don't think it'll happen unless anything presents itself. Anthony Stafford, £2 win, or mate. The donations, I love it. I've never. It's just a bit of a daft lad who's actually a qualified journalist. I don't really. I never get it never gets lost on me. Like anybody just donating to us, thinking, oh, we're doing such a good job that people want to donate. It never gets lost on me. The kindness, and we're really gracious as the Geordie Journals that anybody who wants to donate. So thank you so much. ADB, Tonali superb. Jules, evening to you. Keith Patterson again. Oh, you're all saying hello. Kazaru Jordan is a clickbait. Jordan's their boy, man. Get out the comments. Look, the game is the game. Don't hate the player, Jordan. The player, the game is the game. Unfortunately, local journalism, sadly, isn't what it was. And this is why we opened up this avenue so we can talk and you can see the character and you see what we really are beyond what we have to produce for revenues in the work that we do. So don't hate the player, hate the game, because we don't like it much either. And Jordan is a top lad, one of the best in the business, and he does get a story or two as well. Don't forget that, as the Geordie Journals all do. Where we are, James Ferguson, 4th in the league, semi-final coming up from a lad who started watching the two in the 80s. It's just unbelievable. If we get the final, I don't know if I can cope. I hope so too. I hope we do. Where we are, Jordan Team for Life. GPS couldn't track Isak at the first time. He was all over the shot. Money was brilliant to see. Graham Doherty, Bournemouth crushed Forest today. Shines a light on our game last week. Look, Bournemouth are flying. They're absolutely excellent. What I would say about Bournemouth is, if Forest did what they did against Newcastle United and decided we're going to try and play you and we're going to be naive, there's probably only one team that plays the way Newcastle United do, but better at the moment in that respect, and it's Bournemouth, who play very, very similar. It wouldn't surprise me that they absolutely smashed them. I looked at the stats and there wasn't much different. It was just clinical, on the break stuff by the looks of it. I'm interested to watch it when I get the chance. Where are we at? Arctic Blastoid. I'd love to see a surprise incoming this week if Miggy and possibly another player goes. I think it'll happen, but we can hope. I think Vlachodimos will go between now and the end of the window. I think he'll be the other one that goes. I'd be surprised if it's Lloyd Kelly. But anything can happen. Barry Hogan, Liam, what reaction did the fans have to Ryan Fraser? I hate the guy got booed when he came on. Keith Patterson, I love a Saturday afternoon win. James Rowell, I love these live streams. They're now part of my match day routine. Thanks for the positivity and insights. Well, we'll try my best to give you a little bit of what no one else does and give you a chance to sort of be here. You're not here. Well, you might be, but you don't seem to be. At least you can be here with me. Where are we at? ADB. Murphy's perfect time ball though, like one of mine in the day. Were you a good player in the day? I'll take your word for it. Yes, sir. Ali, how many points in the next 4 league games? A tough run. Off the very top of my head, I can't. I'm kind of half in cup mode. So I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm sorry. Adityan, do you know Caroline, India? I do. I've been. Sounds like a lovely place in the world, and I hope it's nice where you are. Keith Patterson, Liam, your book arrives tomorrow. Yes, Keith has got me. Keith and friends have got me into a book. I can't remember what the name of it is, but they've got me reading this book, and they think it will improve me as a person and a manager. So I'm really looking forward to it, and it's a very kind gift from Keith and Andy. So thanks so much for that. And I am really looking forward to it. And was it surrounded by idiots or something, isn't it? Or yeah, something like that. Be interesting. I'm interested to see it. It's gonna delve deep into the mind, I imagine. Rod Cole, do you think Bunce and his team and the bench have performance stats in real time? Because a few subs recently are different to how Eddie normally does it, and looks like it's based on protected fists. I don't know that. ADB, as your book out, Liam, I'm not writing a book. John Justice Allen saying Chelsea are 1-up, Chelsea up in 2 minutes. Loads of people talking about that. David Bartel, good result. But the Southampton goal is concerning. Totally free header in the 6-yard box. I thought Dan Burns actually at fault for that. I'll have to see it again, but I thought he got sucked into trying to nick the ball on the touchline. Lewis Hall got dragged into it, and it was an easy ball. There was no centre halves or defenders in the box. ADB, hi. Got to say, and I was getting. Don't know what you're talking about. John just selling NUFC dodge a bullet if that's how he defends. Stephen Anderson, what do you reckon of Bruno's post? I've not seen Bruno post anything, so I'm assuming it's on social media, and I'll get a chance when I come off this to look at it. John Justice Allen, Kuznetsov having a debut meh. ADB, thanks, there's vision slightly better, or you're talking about something else. Paul Featherstone, was that Miggy's last appearance? I think so. Although, I did hear, it looked like Miggy's last appearance. I did hear that they're gonna. I think the plan was the delay is that they were just hanging on to him a bit. It will go through. That unless he gets, unless there's something major comes up, he will be good. But I think that'll probably be it. Gary Douglas seemed better. Nottingham Forest got hammered 5-0. I know they did get hammered 5-0, but Bournemouth are on the rise, and I wouldn't rule them out the way they're playing at the moment. SP, when does Mitchell start work? Mitchell start work in the summer. I know what you're trying to say. Judge him in 3 or 4 or 5 windows time. This is not the time to judge him. James Ferguson, a 5 I donated. I can't like that one for some reason, but I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Where we are, Paul Featherson, nice. Arsenal got another suspended for the semi-final second leg. Scary red card, hopefully get more. Is it? Is it a 3 game? Was it violent conduct? If it's not violent conduct, it won't be a 3 game, in my opinion. But, like I say, I'm not the FA rulebook. Pesh, that was much needed win. Not from our position, but our continued confidence. Yeah, I think that's fair. Princess Sophie, hello, love your live stream. Thank you so much for your support. Barry Hogan, this is the best way to finish a game with honest feedback from a true United fan. You're definitely getting that from me. There is no doubt about that. I'll always give you my honest opinions. Like them, loathe them, it doesn't really matter to me. And I'll always get involved in a conversation. I don't mind anybody sharing their views. You're all welcome to your views. And that's why I share mine. I think that's why we like this kind of thing. Thanks so much for your support always, as always, Barry. David Bartel, strange post by Bruno. Is it? I've not seen it. Paul Featherstone, Kusnov at fault for the Chelsea goal. SP loved the Tonali goal celebration. Piggyback and Bruno into the crowd embrace. Love it. Kathy Tyler, good to hear your descriptions of the action. Had to rely on the updates on my phone. Good win. ATB Jones, a cracking gadget. Best out of the 3. He'll love to hear that. He'll love to hear that. Barry Huggins in Norliams. This is not a competition, lads and lasses. It's not. Paul Featherstone, is any chance of a loan sign? I don't think so. Jonathan Casey, Migo almost scored with his right foot in that last appearance. It was. That would have been so poetic. The way it was like rolling back the years. Miggy of old, he was jinking and down, going past people, and he was so unlucky. And it was a good save. The keeper had a good game. Actually, made 2 or 3 good saves. Graham Bowman, I do you reckon Longstaff has long-term future at the 2 and seems to be a token time waste and change rather than tactical for Eddie? I don't think he's top of the pile, but I think that they are. I think he's open. They'll listen to offers for Sean Longstaff. So I think his long-term future will be Newcastle United unless somebody puts reasonable money down on the table for him. Then I think it'll be elsewhere. DNC, I lay him in 3 points. Tonali, man. Watching from a car wash at the airport. Interesting. Brian Helens, Bruno's tweet. I don't know what the future holds, but this team will always fight for the best for our club. +3. See you next week. I don't know what the future holds. Is that what he said? No idea. No idea. Keith saying it's another curious tweet. Sanjeev Rehan, Liam, I need to prepare and submit my tax return by Friday. Do you know anybody who help? I don't. I don't. Apart from the sponsors, 4 Rivers might be able to push you in the right direction. Right, choose a sin, click the logs. Hope you do. 94, 202 on, loads of donations. Thanks so much. I'm going to call it 33 minutes. This was St Mary's and this was the Geordie Journos Live. We will be back with a bit more of a detailed analysis coming up very soon. Cheers, guys.